And the stream has started. My name is Calamative Joe. Welcome back to a new YouTube live stream on the Calamative Joe YouTube channel. So, the stream has started. We are on Minecraft, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how many people are here. So, here we go. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Quinton Blocks. Welcome to the stream. I haven't done the streams in a little bit. Welcome back to the stream. Right, so we are right into this stream, guys. So, if I come down here quickly, I want to jump in. How are you, Quinton Blocks, by the way? Can you guys hear my commentary? I don't know whether you guys can hear it. I honestly don't have a clue. Why is it doing this? Now that is just... That's a bizarre statement. Just trying to see why that keeps popping up every 5 seconds. Hello, Pixel King. Welcome to... Why is this popping up? Give me a sec, guys. I just want to see if if the Pro Controller is still plugged in. Oh. I've just unplugged the Pro Controller to see where we can get that in. Hello, Super Boris Wardemeyer. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I just unplugged the Pro Controller a second. This is the second time we stream today, guys. Oh, God. Sorry, there was a belt in my back. Minecraft forever. Yeah, Minecraft forever. There we go. This is the second time we streamed today. This time we're actually streaming Minecraft, and it's not just me talking. So, yesterday was only 58 minutes. Yeah, I have a reason for that as well. The reason it was only 58 minutes yesterday was because my dad was off work, and my dad was off work yesterday, guys, and he said to me like 2 weeks before that when he had this day off, he wanted to walk down this old abandoned train tunnel that you can walk through. That's been paved and you can walk through it. So I did that. It took 3 miles. It takes you 3 miles to get to the train tunnel, and then the train tunnel is about a mile long. So altogether, 3 miles there, 3 miles there, the mile through, the 3 miles to the other place, and then back is about 8 miles. So the reason I left the stream yesterday was because I was tired. I had walked 8 miles in 2.5 hours. In 2.5, 3 hours, I had walked 8 miles. I was absolutely exhausted. I almost want to start collecting Vulcan pictures from the early 2000s, even some into the late 90s. Yeah, I was having a conversation with Dr. FFFIFU about that on Decepted's Discord server. He was talking about his old computer being he was talking about a Windows 98. He was talking about a Windows 98, and he claimed he couldn't understand why it wouldn't run GTA 5. And I'm like, but a Windows 98 is literally 30 years ago. Windows 98, think about this, guys. A Windows 98 came out 30 years ago. That's the same difference between 1970 and 1940. In 1940, the fastest transport was The fastest transport in 1940 was the train. In 1970, it was the rocket. In 1940, if you wanted to blow a city up, you needed 100,000 tons of TNT. You needed hundreds of thousands of bombs, millions of bombs. In 1970, you could do it by the click of one button. The same difference is with computers. Computers are far much more powerful than they were 30 years ago. Yeah. But yeah, yesterday's stream was only 30 minutes. But that 58 minutes, sorry. That was because I literally, because of obviously me doing this 8-mile walk, my feet were killing me, my ankles and knees were killing me, and I actually fell asleep, guys, because I only had 2 hours sleep. Yeah, those computers back then, they were powerful. They were powerful back in the day. But 64 megabyte of RAM, and that's why they called it megabyte, because it was mega. And then now we've got to now we've gone to terabytes. My uni lecturer told me once, my old uni lecturer told me about the first time he saw a 1 megabyte SD card. He thought, wow, it's so powerful, there's so much data. And he said nowadays 1 megabyte SD card, you might as well not even bother. Oh, I remember this now, guys. We actually were trying to detonate some TNT, but I lost the flint and steel. That's true. But the 95, initially when the 98 came out, they thought it was just an update for the 95. Ooh. I need some flint. Wonder if we got a chest here with any flint in it. That would be amazing and lucky if we did. Let's fuck all in here. How is everybody? How is everybody on this stream today? I have already streamed today for 1 hour and 50. So I don't know how long this stream's going to be. We've already streamed for over 1 hour today. Good, how are you? I'm great. I'm brilliant today. We've already streamed today. I streamed for over 1 hour, but I did it in a format that I've never done it before. I basically streamed through my phone. So I streamed my face for 1 hour so I could talk about my book that's come out today. I loved the comments on there, guys, but most of them were about my eyebrows again. I did find the one guy's comments funny. Never trust a man with a double. No, I'm playing Nintendo Switch, but this word was created on the Wii U. I did find the guy's comment funny on the video, but never trust a man with one eyebrow. I'm like, seriously. But thank you guys for being really kind in that last stream. Did you do all of that? Yep. I've been playing on this world since 2016. This is one of my favourite builds. It's called the Snow Globe. Let's just put that flint in the back at the moment. Joe is back. I never left Globeans. All I did was finish the announcement stream, and then jumped straight to this. I had a break of about 15 minutes. I went and got some food. Well, all I did was eat some mini sausages, really. I'm gonna have like this. I'm gonna have like this pastry thing later on. Very cool. Thank you. You can even get up into the snow globe. We are going to go over to that pit over there, which is just coming into view. How old is your world? 10 years almost. Let's be honest, Joe. Are you getting kind of bored of this world? Of course not. Of course not. You can't get bored. 10 years. If you're getting bored of a Minecraft world, then you're playing Minecraft wrong. How can you get bored? You know, Minecraft worlds are just massive. You can continue building, you can continue doing stuff for as long as you can see. Don't make me old. Don't make me old. Nat GD. Don't make me old. Well, don't make me feel old. I mean, yeah, 2016, guys. 2016. You're 23. Yes, I am. Well, I am, but only for another few months. There we go. So that's the whole aim of what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this. Oh yeah, so I am 23, guys. Yeah, I created this world when I was I created this world when I was roughly 13. Your age is the most. Your world is the age of most kids today. Yeah, well, not most kids because you know, you got to think most of the people, all the people my age were children when I created this world. You got to think though, guys. I was only 13 when I created this world myself. A lot of the kids that watch my YouTube channel are born in 2017. That's scary though, Pixel King. That's scary. That's scary that most people that watch your streams are like born in 2017. That is kind of scary. It's the fact that's... Well, if it was true, that's kind of scary. Just because you probably shouldn't be on YouTube if you were like... Yeah. I sort of have that. I sort of have it between everyone... Most of the people that watch my streams tend to be between 13 and 17. But it's... We have some people who are older. We have some people who are, you know, around my age now. But most of the people around my age now would have... Most of the people around my age would have been... Is it weird? No, they're 9, Globeans. They're 9. It's 2009. It's 2000 and... Yeah, they'd be 9. It's 2000 and... what year is it? It's 2026. Yeah, they'd be 9. Bro, I just sub. Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. We are about to cross 2040. We're getting there. Sorry, 8,240. There we go. Let's quickly go across here. Now we're gonna go up. I kind of want to get. Kind of want to get some of this ore from here. But on that regard, yeah, like it makes me feel weird because I was 15 in 2000. I was 15 in 2017. In the end of 2015, yes. Nah, there's never going to be a finale for this world. Like there will never. I mean, there would have to be eventually because you know But even if there was a finale, even if there was like a so-called finale, I probably wouldn't. If I stopped filming on this world, I'd keep the world. In fact, how many of you guys want? We're about 3 months off at the moment. We're about 3 months off 10 years. I am willing, and I probably will do it, which I've been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks. To celebrate 10 years, I'm going to release a copy for download of this world. If my world survives 20 years, I'll be 34 nearly. I'll be almost 34 when that happens. To be honest, I'll probably be the same age Stampy was when he stopped doing his lovely world. When Stampy stopped doing his lovely world, I think he was like 33, 34. I think I'd probably be this similar age. If my world lasted another 10 years. But that's what I'm going to do. I've got a plan for a stream next week. Next Saturday, we're going to have a big, huge stream. I'm not going to reveal much now. Next Saturday, there's going to be a massive stream. And I'll reveal more details of this in the next couple of days. Also, guys, I am planning out content to do some more videos. I've just planned out how I'm going to do the Lego Batman stuff. I've planned out all the Minecraft content that we might shoot for the next couple of months. Like the videos. So I should go back. We should be back into like full-time video making as well in the next few days. Yeah, I'm playing in an old Minecraft game. I'm playing the old Nintendo Switch version. Only because I absolutely love the old Nintendo Switch version. But yeah, we are going to do that. We are going to do that. I just haven't had the chance to do some of that stuff. Whew. I like that. I like that idea, Glowbeans, but also I want to keep some of it similar. It's like sometimes you don't have to always lamppost like the old. I have. I genuinely believe I have. In the village. Oh shoot! Shoots the bed. How did I miss? Let's just run over to here a second. Just go and run over to. We're going to run over to here a sec. Have I got a good shot? A good pickaxe? Yes, I do. So. Played the mod where you PvP a friend. Are you talking about battle minigame? I think you're talking about battle minigame. Hello, Alex DeWan. Cool. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we got a lot of shit to go through here. Let's just do this a sec. Wait, you know who Technoblade is? I know who he is. I never watched him. But I know who he is. It's one of those. He wasn't that popular when I was younger. I would probably have watched him if I was younger, but it just happened to be that when he was popular, he wasn't really a Minecraft YouTuber who was popular when I was younger. And I know he's dead, yeah. I know he's dead. Yeah, I know who he is. I never really watched him because he wasn't popular when I was getting into Minecraft. So the people that I watched was like SB737, Stampy and things like that, and people like that. But yeah, I didn't. Now he has 20 million subs. Oh yeah. But yeah, what I said that he wasn't popular then. That's because he didn't exist then. You know, most of those Minecraft YouTubers that I just mentioned that I watched back then. Yeah, most of the YouTubers that I watched back then were, you know, a few years old, like 10 to 15 years older than me at the time. And so when I was watching those channels, I want to know that did he never die, or did he only upload the clips that he didn't die in? I want to know that. It's kind of bare. Yeah, it's kind of bare, but that's because the house is new. I haven't finished making it the way I want it yet. I mean, did you find some of the rare when you shot that video, even though it corrupted? Did you find anything? Did you find some of Decepted's secret rooms? Did you find Decepted's secret rooms that he made? He made rooms that were a bit. He made rooms that were a little Oh god, what's this now? Sorry, I just wanted to respond to someone in my Discord server. My friend's Discord server. Did you kill the dragon? I have. Yes, I have killed the dragon. Sorry, someone in my friend's Discord server just pinged me. A wool house a wool house very, very far away. You have a Discord server? For the YouTube channel, yeah. My friend's Discord server, someone's just pinged me, what's this? And it's like a gift someone's just put in there, and I've just responded, like, how the fuck do I know? The house you're referring to, is it this one? Because we've got houses everywhere. We've got houses everywhere. Are you referring to this one, which there's a pig inside it? Very strange looking houses. Yeah, that's just because I build what I want. He builds when he wants. He builds when he wants. Calamative Joe, he builds when he wants. It's not in the city. No, the town is not a city. There's no cathedral. Cities are defined whether they've got a cathedral. That's all the old European cities. They aren't cities unless they have a cathedral. All the cities, most cities. A city isn't a city unless it has a cathedral. Bro, I like so much your building. Thank you. I'm joking. I do want to build a cathedral, so if I build the cathedral, it would become instead of becoming Legacy Town, it would be Legacy City. There's this house which I built for a YouTube video. I wanted it built in the middle of nowhere, but there's It's my dream to make things like you. Oh. I gotta be honest. I didn't start out as a good YouTube builder, good Minecraft builder. I mean, I didn't start out as a good Minecraft builder. I just built what I wanted to build, way far away. There is this. There is this build. I built it for a pig. We got a pig. We got a pig that lives here. There he is. We got 5 likes. Fantastic. Oh God, my eyes. Sorry. Are we talking about this one, Glow Beans? Are we talking about this house? Thank you to the person who subscribed, by the way. That's really kind of you. Adapt your buildings. But the reason we're not doing that though is because those buildings, some of those buildings are old. I hate when you add details to buildings. I hate when you have a building then you add details like years later to upgrade it. It's like say you've got a building from I don't know, Henry VIII's time. Would you go and add some brickwork onto it 500 years later? Basically, what I'm saying is, in the UK we do this. I don't know about America. But in the UK we have buildings that are classed as grade 2 listed. If there's a building grade 2 listed, it means that they did it to Buckingham Palace. No. That's just Buckingham Palace. They don't add stuff onto. Buckingham Palace hasn't had upgrades in like 200 years. What they do is they go and fix it because it's an old building. But there's a thing in the UK called grade 2 listed, which means if a house or a building is grade 2 listed, it means it's historical and they can't cut it down. Obviously, some people don't understand that. So there was a person in the UK, he bought a grade 2 listed house and then he knocked it all down, which he went to prison for it. Yes. I don't think it was 1901. But it was a little bit before that. Buckingham Palace wasn't old at the time though, Glowbeans. Buckingham Palace had only been around about 100 years, about 80 odd years. Buckingham Palace was the seat of the monarchy, so they added more on, but they don't add any more on now because they don't need to. Back then, the monarchy was expanding. The reason they did that was because the late Queen of England, Victoria, had 9 children. She had 9 children, so they needed more space at Buckingham Palace. At that point, they needed more space at the palace because of the fact that the Queen at the time had 9 children. Yeah, if you go and watch the show, how people find the Wither and the Dragon. The Wither, you need heads. To kill the Wither, you need Wither heads. So you need to go and get them from Wither skeletons. You need to have like a looting sword though. Hello, Silver Samson. Welcome back. Somebody's just messaged me. Sorry, just responding to someone because someone keeps messaging me. Right, there we go. Buckingham Palace is very beautiful. It's also huge. Buckingham Palace is massive. But the thing is, though, as well, Buckingham Palace has something like 700 rooms. But it's huge. Buckingham Palace is massive. It also got hit during the Second World War, which is why they added that stuff. They added that stuff to Buckingham Palace because Buckingham Palace got hit during the Second World War. During the Second World War, the reason they had all those, the reason they did it to Buckingham Palace, all that shit, was during the Second World War. During the Second World War, Buckingham Palace was hit multiple times, so they had to go in and refix it. But what I'm saying is, like, old buildings, you can't just you can't sort of take down all old buildings. You've got to have some sort of history. It'd be like Globines, the US president suddenly saying, "Oh, right, the White House is too small. The White House is not fit for the president," and then they go and live somewhere else. I always come back. They don't keep it in Buckingham Palace. They don't keep it in Buckingham Palace. She's buried at Windsor. She's buried in the Royal Crypt at Windsor. So she's buried in the Royal Crypt at Windsor next to her husband, next to her parents. She's buried in the Royal Crypt next to her husband and next to her parents. All the royal family are buried at Windsor Castle. So King Henry VIII is buried there. King Henry VIII was massive, so they had to have a big tombstone. Henry VIII is buried under the floor. Yes, they go to Westminster. No, they go to Westminster. They go to Westminster Palace, so the public can see. The public have got to be able to see the coffin. So they do something called a lion state. So they do something called a lion state. So it means that the public can see the coffin. So Queen Elizabeth II, when Queen Elizabeth II died, the amount of people that saw her, that went to London to see her coffin, was incredible. The queue was 10 miles wide. The queue to see Queen Elizabeth II's coffin during her lion state, the queue was 10 miles long. Even celebrities lined up for hours to go in. David Beckham, I think it was David Beckham, one of the world's most famous football players. I think he queued up for like 15 hours with just. She was like the grandmother of the world. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say she was the grandmother of the world. That's only your perspective, because throughout your life she would have been elderly. She wasn't the grandma of the world, because you got to think there are billions of people there's millions of people that are the same age as her that were a little younger. So she wasn't the grandmother of the world. I'd say she was the most respected and most admired woman on earth. At the time of her death, they said she was probably the most respected person on the planet. Like, no matter all the wars we had, all those wars that we had in 2022, every world leader, no matter what side of the wars they were on, they all contacted the king to express condolences due to the Queen's death. She barely talked. Well, she didn't barely talk. She talked every day. Why would she need to talk though? If it's going well, if everything's going well, you're not going to hear the Queen talk. It's only when it's going wrong you're going to hear him talk. It means it's going well. If it's going well, you're not going to hear. Why would the? Did you get what I mean? If it's going well, if everything's going well, then you're not going to hear them talk because there's no need for them to talk. Every time I think of the Queen, I think of Boris Johnson. Well, I don't think of Boris Johnson. Well, he was prime minister. He was prime minister, but he wasn't prime minister at the time of her death because he'd left office. Ironically, Boris Johnson had left office by the time the Queen died. Boris Johnson left office on the 5th of September. Boris Johnson stepped down as Prime Minister on the 6th of September. Liz Truss took over as Prime Minister. And then she died on the 8th. She died 2 days after Boris Johnson stepped down. Well, I wake up like a couple of minutes ago. Cool. Do you like your Prime Minister now? I'm not going to really say. But does anyone ever really like the Prime Minister? It's the same as does anyone ever like the President of America? It's... Hello, NIMT Reacts. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's like, does anyone ever like them? Oh yeah, I'm not going to say anything on that regard, Glow Beans, but but does anyone ever really like them? It's the same as any world leader. I'm not... Hello, Ezel Pick. Welcome to the stream. I'm playing Legacy Console Edition, so I'm afraid I can't use add-ons. Because this is Legacy Console Edition. But also, well, the thing is, though, you know, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom, she never really stayed out. She never really said anything on that regard. No, this is Legacy Console Edition. This is the Switch edition. No, this is not the PS4 edition. This is the Switch edition. In that regard, Globebeans, like Queen Elizabeth II, she was on the throne for 70 years. But her popularity, she was very light. But it was because it wasn't because she treated people with respect, which she did. It was more about in her whole tenure as queen, in her whole reign as queen, she was never embroiled in any like controversy. There was nothing. She never really was involved in anything like controversial. Her popularity only decreased. Her popularity only dropped at one point during her reign. Support for her was universal. What kind of TV channels do we have in the UK? I know the UK have got loads of channels. The UK have BBC, BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, ITV, ITV1, ITV2, ITV3, ITV4, Channel 4, Channel 5. STV, they have STV. Sky, they have Sky. Sky One. Sky News. Sorry, Sky One, Sky News, Sky Atlantic, Sky History. Sky have loads. Sky is also owned by the same people that own Fox News, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Sky is owned by... Well, they can live normal lives. That's the only thing that damaged Queen Elizabeth II's popularity. After the death of Princess Diana, she chose to put her family first. Queen Elizabeth II, after the death of Princess Diana, stayed quiet. But it was more that she didn't see her as a princess. Switch, I just said. Nintendo Switch. The only time where the Queen's popularity dropped was after the death of Diana. They wanted her to come out and make a statement, and she stayed quiet. But it was more, she was not acting as a queen at this point. She was more acting as a grandmother. She wasn't really thinking Diana as a princess. She wasn't really thinking of Diana as a princess at this point. She was thinking this is the mother of her grandchildren. What's your favourite TV show? Doctor Who. Breaking Bad is good. Breaking Bad's popular. I just don't agree with promoting drugs on TV. I know it's not about promotion of drugs, but I don't like when they use drugs as plot points. We should be saying not to use them and things. Nice new build. You talking about this build? Technically, it's not new. This is not a new build. It's an old build that I rebuilt. That is a whole TV. She got the point. That's the. I said I don't agree with it. It's the same as I don't agree with show. I don't agree with them mentioning drugs. Something. Girl in my college course who studied, because obviously I studied film. A girl in my college course. She had a really interesting point on that. She didn't think that they should talk about drugs or alcohol on TV shows at all. Especially shows that are watched by children, by people under the age of 18. Anyway. Hello, Macario Senna. Welcome back. Oh. Can I join you? I'm playing Legacy Console Edition, I'm afraid. It's not a cross-play version. I am afraid. But yeah, the whole what I just said, Glowbeans, about the Queen. Yeah, the one time calm down, Landon. Calm down. No, I'm saying about TV. I'm talking about TV. That's the whole point, though, Landon. That's the whole point. You don't have to time them out. I buy. You don't have to time him out. You don't have to time him out. Like to hide. You don't have to like hide him. I will come back. You don't have to hide him. Landon sometimes he uses text to speech, so it always sounds worse. Yeah, but use on that regard, guys. It does get money in. It does get money in, but it's the wrong sort of money. It is the wrong. I ban it because you're fucking. I don't really care about that though. Sorry, hello T4 Gaming. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, like on TV shows, guys, they sometimes promote the stuff. It gets Netflix money, yes, but it's still wrong. Like that Netflix show, the Netflix show we're talking about there, Monster, did not. They didn't speak to any of the victims, families of the victims. And then the director said, "Well, they didn't hang up." Well, they're not going to. You're doing a live action. They're not going to pick up, are they? You're doing a live action video of how their relative got murdered. No swearing. I can see that says no swearing. I'm over the age of 18. T4 Gaming. Plus, you should handle swear words if you're to be YouTube. Give me the understanding. Give me understanding everything you're saying right now is a fucking lie. What? It makes no sense. I'm really confused. That blue building keeps pissing me off. Why? It's a Victorian town. It's a Victorian townhouse. But like 99. No, they're not. They're not. But also, I'm not monetized. Yeah. There's 99% of it isn't children. If it was children, they would be terminated. If it was children, their accounts would be gone. Swearing isn't the problem. Swearing is not the problem. If you're over the age of 18, you can swear. It's not illegal to swear, guys. Swearing is just a language. Looks like a cartoon house. Yeah, it's a Victorian townhouse. It's meant to look like how Victorian houses used to look. Yeah, swearing isn't bad, guys. It's not bad when you're in adulthood, but it's not words you should say when you're children. But if you're over the age of 13, you swear you won't sort of understand swearing anyway, which is why I don't blacklist swear words on these streams. But if you're under the age of 13, you shouldn't be on YouTube anyway, and you're in breach of YouTube's like regulations. YouTube's not a TV channel. YouTube's not a TV channel, so it's not regulated because you can't regulate a TV channel. TV channels are regulated. You can't regulate social media because social media is not a TV channel. This cow is always here. Come on, let's get you out. Let's get you out of the water. Come on. Come on. There you go. I swear to God, if he goes back in the water, I'm going to kill him. There we go. You. Up. Get up there. Get up there. Come on. You're right. Come on. Get up. Good. Now how do I get up? There we go. There we go. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. But yeah, But anyway, so yeah, there we go. Nah, they're not. They don't just. They don't just spawn. They don't just spawn when you're far away. They only just spawn. That's rare for them to just spawn. Look, they're both still here. Kind of like these dogs. They've not despawned. I know they're tamed, but you can literally play real Minecraft. You actually beat the game, or you used to be YouTube all day. Can you understand what? He cannot beat the game yet. I've already beat the game. Hello, Costy. Welcome to the stream. Earlier on, stream was a little bit different. I know I did read that comment, Globeans. I just didn't read it out. We are going to build some stuff. We are going to build something next week. We're going to build a huge project next week. So I would be doing other things, but if I wasn't sick, yeah. I mean, you said yesterday that you still streamed, which fair play. I was that sick about 2 years ago. I was really, really ill in like June. I was really ill in like June 2024. I was that ill, I almost had to give up. Oh, that's a good question. Henry Cavill. Christopher Reeve was good, but I think Henry Cavill was pretty good. Yes, you're back. Yeah, we are. We switched. Hello, random BFDI lover. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, BS8334. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I was ill roughly about 2 years ago, and I lost my voice for. I lost my voice for like a week and a half. For about a week and a half, I lost my voice, and I'd agreed. There was these two girls on my uni course. I'd agreed to basically help out for them, and luckily they had a delay. Tyler Hoechlin was good, but I think Henry Cavill was just so different. You know, Christopher Reeve's Superman was good. He saw the best in everybody, but Henry Cavill's Superman had like a darkish side, and I quite like that. Henry Cavill's Superman is basically what Supergirl normally is. You know, she is willing to kill people. She is willing to kill people. She is cool. But on that regard, what I was saying, Pixel King, but fair play for still trying to stream. I was ill 2 years ago, and I almost had to cancel helping these two girls in my uni. These two girls in my uni class, I almost had to cancel helping them. Neither of them, cool kid. I'm playing Legacy Console Edition. Yeah, these two girls in my uni class, I almost had to give up helping them because I was meant to act for them, and then I lost my voice. Luckily, they had a problem and they delayed till a week later, and I had got my voice back. I didn't really lose my voice, guys, but basically, because of how sore my throat was from obviously the constant vomiting, it made my throat really bad to the point that if I said something, I sounded really deep. My voice literally changed to, it was really deep, and it was hot, and you didn't always hear every word I said. 360 Nintendo Switch. So I spoke to a friend of mine in Discord. I'd never watched Smallville. I've got to be honest, Smallville started before I was born. Smallville ran for 10 years. Smallville aired when I was... Smallville had already started airing by the time I was born. So I joined my friend's Discord server and I was ill, and I left because they couldn't hear me. They couldn't understand me. You should start watching Smallville. I do. It's just a lot of episodes, though. No offense, no offense to any American person. American shows used to be really long. 20. They used to do like 22 episodes a season, and now they can barely do 8. But 22 episodes a season is a lot, guys. And it depends. Not all the episodes was good. Sometimes they lowered the budget for episodes, and it shows. It's weird. Like the the Supergirl episode. There's a Supergirl episode that was really, really bad, and it was because they really closed the budget. I'm really lonely at the time, being homeschooled. Being homeschooled isn't too bad. I mean, you can go out to homeschool event meetups and things like that. I know they do that. Depends what country though. I know the UK does a lot of home ed stuff. Brandon Routh. That's the first Superman film I remember watching. I've actually got the book from that that came out for that. I've got the book from 2006 for that. That's the first Superman film I remember watching. His Superman film was alright. It wasn't that bad, but it was just... The problem that they did is they tried to claim that he was basically he was Christopher Reeve's Superman, which I think they should have made him his own thing. I mean, Superman Returns... Well, it serves as a homage sequel to Superman and Superman 2, ignoring the events of Superman 3, Supergirl, and Superman 4. The film stars Brandon Routh as Superman. Obviously, I know Kate Bosworth played. Lois Lane. Yeah, so it's an okay film. It's just that they should have made it its own thing rather than try and claim it's connected to the original Superman films. Obviously, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace is a shit film. I like it though. I kind of like it, even though it's shit. I mean, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace is classed as one of the shittest. Well, you can't really judge him yet, Costi. You can't really judge him yet because he's only played him once. He could have one really good film, play him again, and be shit. I don't think you can judge someone from their first performance as a character. My opinion on Henry Cavill wasn't spanned from his first film as Superman. It was spanned from his next ones as well. He played him again. He played a slightly darker version of Superman when he fought Batman. And then he comes back and he played a slightly darker version, a slightly even darker version in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is the perfect... I think that is the perfect Zack Snyder's Justice League is everything that Justice League should have been. It was dark. It was gritty. That's what DC is. George Reeves is Superman. Well, George Reeves only played Superman. Played Superman in the show. In fact, fun fact, George Reeves played Superman at a parade, and a kid walked up to him with a real gun, generally believing Superman was a real character. Superman, can I shoot you? And George Reeves saw the bullet and he said something. Well, it may not hurt me. It might deflect and hit someone else. You don't want that to happen, do you? And the kid didn't. And the kid obviously said no, and obviously didn't shoot him. Can I join you? I'm playing Legacy Console Edition, I'm afraid. So if you're not playing the same version I'm playing, then you will not be able to join, as it's a crossplay as it's a non-crossplay version. I mean. Oh. Yeah, Brandon Routh wasn't bad as Superman. I mean, I've never watched George Reeves' Superman, but that's probably because it's not really available to watch in the UK. You know, the first Batman show was actually a fan film. The first Batman was actually a fan film in the 40s. Why would I need to do that, London? I wouldn't need to do that anyway, because the DC shows are universal. DC airs in the UK, but DC stuff airs in the UK because a lot of British writers worked with DC. It's the same with Marvel. A lot of English writers worked on Marvel and DC stuff. It's like America has Laurel and Hardy, but Stan Laurel wasn't even American. Yeah. You never know. I wouldn't say the best of all time. The best at the moment, I'd say. Because, you never know what's going to come along next. Well, yeah, it's like in America they have Laurel and Hardy. Stan Laurel wasn't even American. One of the best. Oh, I didn't even read that. I thought you said the best of all time. That didn't pop. Yeah, my eyes must have blurred then. Yeah, but yeah, Stan Laurel from Laurel and Hardy, obviously massive American comedy duo. Yeah, Stan Laurel wasn't American. Laurel and Hardy. Yeah, Laurel and Hardy, American comic duo. But yeah, Stan Laurel wasn't yeah, Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. Stan Laurel wasn't even American, he was British. We have tons of great... I know what shows you have at London, because a lot of them air in the UK, without having to do all that shit. Good box office. Wait, Disney, I like Disney, but I think they've got shit in recent years. Disney tanked my favourite... Disney had the rights to show my favourite show in the world, and they absolutely destroyed it because they didn't even promote it. Disney pulled out of the Doctor Who deal. Disney pulled out of being the Doctor Who distributor, but that was Disney's fault. It came out recently that Disney hardly even promoted it on Disney Plus globally, which is why it didn't. The ratings of Doctor Who weren't good. The show wasn't the writing wasn't 100% great for Doctor Who, but it came out that half of it was because there was hardly any marketing on Disney's end. Disney's been ruining many childhoods. Well, Disney doesn't ruin childhoods. The problem with Disney now is they pander to things too much. Disney pander to things too much, so I think they worry about their reputation more than the show. Like the film and TV shows, if a film and TV show was shot somewhere, Doctor Who, Disney didn't really promote it at all. In fact, BBC probably promoted it more in the UK. Obviously, Doctor Who aired in the UK. Doctor Who airs in the UK off BBC because BBC make Doctor Who. BBC own it. BBC probably promoted Doctor Who more than Disney did. Disney paid all that money for it and then didn't promote it. So no wonder they probably lost money on it. If they'd have promoted it, Doctor Who probably would have got them loads because Doctor Who is the most popular science fiction show in Britain. One of them. Stay with me, the BBC. Yeah, well, Disney, like a lot of Americans, like the BBC because BBC does a lot of good TV shows. BBC have some of the best writing. BBC TV shows have dramas have some of the best writers in the world. What shows? Tell you what. If you guys are American, you would have heard of The Office, right? Yeah? Have you heard of Ricky Gervais? Obviously, he hosted the... Have you guys heard of Ricky Gervais? Obviously, hosted the Emmys a lot. Hosted the Emmys a couple of times and things like that. Yep. Ricky Gervais... the American TV show The Office is based off his show of the same name. The American Office is just a remake of Ricky Gervais's BBC show. Ricky Gervais did a show on BBC called The Office about a fictional printing company, and it was like a mockumentary. It was a mockumentary about a company, and he plays a character called David Brent in it. So The Office, 2001. It ran for 2 seasons. The Office is a British mockumentary television sitcom, written by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. It follows the day-to-day lives of employees in the Slough branch of the fictional Wenham Hogg paper company. Gervais plays the main character, David Brent. And it becomes so popular. It's ranked as one of the most popular British science fiction comedy shows of all time. Yeah, the American Office is based off the American comedy show The Office is based off Ricky Gervais's show of the same name. There's a couple of shows like that. America did a show called The Rear Guard. It only survived 1 episode. America did a show called The Rear Guard. It didn't last long. This is it, The Rear Guard. The Rear Guard, it only did one episode. America, yeah. Can you say that again, Landon? It's basically because you're using text to speech. It now says you're going to go. It says you're going to go to a Death Crew server. It says you're going to a. It says you're going to go to a Death Crew server, and about to put the euro to something.com. I think you might have. I think it's not listening to what you're saying. Well, I didn't mean it's not listening to what you're saying. I think it's flag. I think it's it's mishearing what you're saying. I'm about to go to your Discord server. Weird. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, there was a show, guys, called The Rear Guard. America did a show called The Rear Guard. It only had one episode. And it was basically what destroyed it. What the reason it went wrong for this American company was because they were trying to make their own. They were trying to make their own version of the BBC comedy show Dad's Army, and what they did is they just literally made a copy of the Deadly Attachment from Dad's Army. This was it. Set in World War II, the Rear Guard followed a band of men in the American Civil Defense who were part of the auxiliary force in the event of the invasion of the United States. The episode was an adaptation of the Deadly Attachment, which put a German U-boat placed under the supervision of the platoon. So, where it all went wrong was the fact that they just absolutely... I can't go to my TV right now because my TV's currently running Minecraft. But yeah, this BBC comedy show, America tried to make their own remake of it because it was popular, and it all went wrong because the first thing they did is they just remade an episode. Ooh, pardon me. The Deadly Attachment. If you guys never watched Dad's Army, the Deadly Attachment is one of the greatest episodes of all time. The funniest, like the most famous comedy line in history was ever said to that moment. Don't tell him, Pike. Don't tell him, Pike. His name will also go on list. What is it? Don't tell him, Pike. Pike. I love that line. Don't tell him, Pike. Pike. Just. Right. I don't know. Don't know what we're going to build now. How many people have watched this stream, by the way? 105. I mean, going to analog was a brilliant. Going to digital didn't mean it went fully digital. It just meant that they didn't have to have TV wires everywhere, which, in a way, it's kind of a good thing. There's a joke in an old British comedy show about the TV wire come out and he plugged it back in and then he blew up the TV. It's your fault. You blew up the TV on a Saturday night. Well, the wire came adrift. So I just plugged it back in. It was you who made the wrong connection. He put the wrong wire in and bang. That could actually happen back in the day. If the TV wire came out and you plugged it into the wrong socket, you could actually you could blow the TV up. Yeah, back in the day, guys, that generally was a possibility. If you were watching TV, you could do that. If the wire came out on an old TV and you plugged it in wrong, you could actually blow the telly up, which is just crazy, isn't it? Oh, what's going on in the Premier League? I haven't checked the Premier League scores today. Brentford won 3-0. Newcastle won 3-1. Wolves won 1-1. Oh, I was hoping Brentford would lose, but I was hoping Brentford would lose, but now that means that Everton are now 4 points behind Brentford. That means Tottenham, when did Tottenham play? PL. That means when Tottenham play tomorrow, they can technically go out of the relegation zone. So interesting. It's only one person watching your live stream. Yeah, it's changed to it's only one person watching your wife's name. That's pretty funny. Hello, Yurichi. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you for watching today's stream. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. I've streamed twice today. I streamed with my face earlier on because I was talking about a book that I have published today, and we're doing this stream now. But earlier we've already streamed once today where we were talking about a book that I published today, guys. Guys, I've published a book today. It's called One Last Christmas. I would love if you guys could purchase a copy. If you guys could purchase a copy, it would be amazing. I've entered it into a competition. What's in here? That could be useful. I've entered it into a competition, guys. The more sales we get, the higher chance we have of winning this competition. So I would absolutely love it if you guys could purchase copies. It's available across the world. It's £3 on ebook. It's £3 digitally, and it's £7 physically as a paperback. Let's head to this minigame area. Let's go to the minigame area. We'll go there in a sec. Just want to I want to turn the light on. It's a bit dark. But yeah, the book. But yeah, the book is out globally, guys. The book is out totally globally now, all across the world. I'll be back in a sec. I just want to quickly turn the light on. I turned the light on now, but I also, before that, closed the window. I'm really good today, Yurichi. How are you? We're doing well. That's good to hear. There we are. Oh, let's head to the minigame area, guys. I'm going to have to go and eat something in a minute, guys. I haven't eaten anything since, well, in a while. I'm currently on medication for 3 minutes. I'm sorry to hear that. It's good we've got medication though. Medication is really useful. That's who we should be celebrating, guys. People that, doctors, nurses, people that, you know, make the medicine, people that know how to use it. It certainly leaves an awful aftertaste. It does, but it's very useful. Even though if you don't like the taste, it's still, you know, a useful thing to have. Back in the day, to show, I asked me to break my arm playing Just Dance. Let's head back to where we are. So, where we're building. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. As it stands, we are aiming to hit 8,000 subscribers, 8,300 by the end of the month. We are 67 away at the moment. Now, what I would like to do is see. Landon's using speech to text, so I think it's mistook what he said. So just now he went to say there's only one person watching the live stream, and it came out as the text said instead. It said about there's only one person watching your wife's name. But yeah, if you're using speech to text doesn't understand accents, so it will always here. I wrote a book, and the book's come out today, as I said, and speech to text. I wrote a book, as I said, that comes out today, and I used speech to text to write some of it, and yeah, it wouldn't pick up my accent. The breaking an arm call. I don't think he said that. I don't think he said break his arm. I think that's the speech to text, Yurichi. I think the speech to text has made it as mistook what he said, and put breaking arm instead. Speech to text does that quite often. I've had that. I said something about... To be honest, have you guys ever used YouTube captions? YouTube captions never catch what I'm saying. So whenever I say my name's Calamity Joe, it always says my name is like Calamat Joe. Clem Joe. I'm Joe was another one. Clem. There was a couple of Clems in there. I thought my name was Clem at one point. Another time I thought my name was Clom. I don't use speech to text. No, some people do though. I use out all the time, bro. Not than half the time. I use it all the time, bro. And half the time I cannot understand your name. I think he's trying to say how to type your name. You don't have to type my name, just put Joe. You don't have to type my name. Calamity Joe isn't a name, guys. Just going to use some of this TNT to... We're just using some of this TNT to blow open this enough so we can start planning the build that we want to build in here. Yeah, the problem with speech to text is speech to text doesn't understand accents. So if you've got an accent, like most people do, it doesn't understand that, so it will just catch... It will try and understand what you're saying, but then it won't 100% understand. And because it can't understand what you're saying, it has to make a rough sort of guess on what's being said. Right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go AFK a minute. There we go. Right, I'm back. Hello, Jade Fit. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Right, how much stuff? I think this is probably enough for us to plan out the build that we want to do next week. So fantastic. Now, I've got to get up. I've got to get out now of this place. So, luckily for us, we can... I would love to... I would love to show you my portfolio. Cool. I don't let people do that for me, I'm afraid, Jade Fit. Because I studied film and... I've studied film and media. So I make all those graphics myself, as that's like my favourite, it's one of my favourite things to do. Hello, MJ. Welcome to the stream. It's one of my favourite processes, Jade Fit. So I don't let people make my banners or logos for me. So I don't let people make my banners or stuff for me, guys, because it's a part of the process that I love doing. 'Cause I have a degree, guys, in film and media, so all that stuff comes under it. But thank you for taking that quite openly. The last person to ask me about their thank you, that's really kind of you. Thank you for taking that really openly. To be honest, I had a person a couple of months ago ask me a similar question. And they practically hounded me because I said no. So thank you for that. That's really kind of you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. I had someone, as I said, a few months ago. Nice meeting you. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Watch me, YouTube. YouTube didn't show me that you're live. Oh, so they didn't send you a notification about the stream. It's auto corrected. It's auto corrected to YouTube. YouTube don't even show you're on my YouTube. YouTube don't even send me another case and tell me your wife. At least this Jade person is nice. Yeah, I do feel bad when it comes to that stuff, but it's a process that I really like doing. I do feel bad when I have people ask me that question and I sort of say no, but it's because editing sort of editing channel banners and overlays, I really enjoy making them. Because I write novels, like I make all my book covers myself as well. And it's a process that I have great fun with doing. So I do actually feel bad when I say no. You don't always get a notification, Landon. How are you all doing? I'm doing really well, Eggy Plays. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Eggy Plays? Welcome to the stream. What was I saying, guys, a minute? Yeah, you don't always get... You've got skills, though. Quite impressive. Thank you. It's really kind of you. It's always fun. It's always a fun topic. But I always forget, so I never made a book. Write them down. The best idea is the one you've written down, because you can't forget it if you've written down. So when you have a good idea, write them down. Neither do I have the materials. You don't need materials. You don't need materials. You can write it down on your notepad. You can write a book on a notepad. You can write a book on a notepad. Literally, hold on a second. Where is it? Because I write books all the time. My notepad's under my desk. So hold on. This was me planning Dawn of Planet's Vengeance. This was me This was me planning Dawn of Planet's The Attack from Space, and when I was going to bring it out. So February 29th, 2024. What else we got? This was me planning out. This was me planning out Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm. Chapter 1, Recovery, International. I go live every day. This is the Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm. Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm. This is when I was planning out the chapter names. Recovery. Chapter 1, Recovery. Chapter 2, International. Chapter 3, Chirania. Chapter 4, The Worst Debate. Chapter 5, Reconciliation. Chapter 6, Battle Station Servalt. Chapter 7, The Union Military. Chapter 8, The Death of Croft. Chapter 9, Injury. Chapter 10, Revelations. Chapter 11, Final Days. Chapter 12, Truman Snurman. Chapter 13, The Treaty of Khotan. Chapter 14, Heartbroken. Chapter 5, Forsaken. Chapter 16, Rage. But that's not copyright. My books are automatically copyrighted. I'm under short-term memory. And I don't have a working printer. You don't need a printer, Yurichi. Well, normally I stream once a day, but I was trying to promote the book this morning, so that's why, because the book come out. Chapter 18, Corruption. I changed a lot of this. Gathering Storm was cut down. Gathering Storm was cut down from 24 chapters to like 18, because I merged it with the chapters. So this was me planning my notes. Dawn of Planets: The Long War. The Long War, this is going to be a world exclusive. The Long War was the original name for Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm. JRB1, the JRB1 agents goes international. The United Kingdom gets rebuilt after the Zarodian War. Harry Barnsfield wins re-election. These are my notes. These are my notes for Dawn of Planets. So yeah, you don't need a printer. You only get ideas when you're sleeping. But how do you know you've had them then, Yurichi? If you've got to at least remember them, you wouldn't remember. You would, if you have them when you're sleeping, you wouldn't remember them. So you've got to remember them. You've got to remember them. You've got to remember them somewhat, because you wouldn't remember, like you just said, when your mind's blank. But then your mind wouldn't remember having the idea. So I think it's not really a short-term memory. That's not really a short-term memory, because you can remember stuff. There's no such thing as a short-term memory. Everyone has a long and short-term memory. But that's got Landon. They can't take my book because my book is copyrighted. My book is copyrighted by Amazon. My book is copyrighted by Amazon, so that can't happen. You're talking about people. What you're referring to is people creating their writing stores with AI. That's not what it works. There is people that are writing stores with AI and then publishing them, but that's not what copyright is, where the books, it's your rights. So if they copy it, they're infringement of your copyright, which that is exactly. AI companies don't do that. That's not what AI companies do. Putting it in training data is not putting it in training data is not putting it in training data is that's not what it is. Putting it in training data is not what that is. They put things like that in training data to train like the AI to find copyright. Have a good rest of the day, Yurichi. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. So, but yeah, the book, guys, is out. One Last Christmas is out. And please, guys, if you could buy a copy, it would mean the world to me. We're trying to we're trying to win this competition. The more sales we get, the more chance we have of winning. Ooh. Just looking at these scores. Arsenal won 3-0 against Fulham. So Arsenal have obviously got 2 games ahead of Man United. Arsenal are now 2.2 games ahead of Manchester City, but Man City play against Everton. I really need Everton now to get a point. I think if Everton struggle to get a point against, I think if Everton don't get a point against Man City, then I think Everton are not going to get Europe this season. So, hello Foamy Baz Game 2. Welcome to the stream. Right, so I'm probably going to end this stream soon, guys, but yeah, but we have streamed a lot today, guys. That's not a video. How are you, Foamy? Welcome to the stream. What about you? I'm really good. I'm having a bit of a stressful day. I'm having a bit of a stressful day, but it's book release day, guys. I will say it's book release day, so I am having a slightly stressful day. I've published a novel today, guys. So it's slightly stressful because I want to know how people find the book. I want to know how people find the book, and if they're enjoying it. It's, you know, it's always the scary part, guys. This is always the scary bit, in my opinion. It's always the scary bit. Waiting to know if the book is if people are enjoying the book. Yeah, I hope it goes well. Yeah, I would love it if everyone could promote it. I would love it if everyone could promote it, guys. Literally, we want to try and get as many sales as we possibly can so we can win this competition. I've entered it into another writing competition, guys. I would love to see if you. I would love to see. The more people we get to buy it, the more chances we have of winning it. How can you promote it? In any way possible, to be honest, guys. If you just tell people you know about the book, anyway, guys. So I will tell you guys what the book is, if I have a copy of it, which I do. I do have a copy of it. Where is it? I had some copies of it. I just need to. I have some copies of it, guys. I moved them. Oh my god, where have I put them? I just gotta find where I've put them because I moved them. Isn't it One Last Christmas? Yes, that's the one. I've got some copies of what it looks like, guys. I just want to read the back of it, but they're behind. It's all right. I got them. They're behind me. I shall read it out, guys. What it is. It's about. One Last Christmas, guys, is about the main theme of One Last Christmas is all about family. It's about a family. It's a little bit based on what I felt like after the death of my grandmother. I wrote this after my nan died, pretty much. It's about a grandmother. This story is about a grandmother. She calls her family in. She wants to spend Christmas with her family because she's dying, and she won't see another Christmas. So, because this is her last Christmas, she brings her family together, and it goes wrong because her two children don't get on. So she tries to do as much stuff as she can with her grandchildren, and the whole story is about the family finding out how she's ill and setting their differences aside so they can give her one last Christmas, so they can fulfill her last wish, her last wish of being united at Christmas time. That's what the story's about, guys. It is, guys. It isn't long. It's only 110 pages. It's only 110 pages, guys. One Last Christmas. I'm going to take a photo, guys, and show you guys what this book looks like, and put it in my Discord server. I'm gonna put this photo in my Discord server, guys, of what the book looks like. OMG, it's a British man in the wild. Thank you. It's alright. It's been pretty active in my Minecraft worlds in recent days. Cool. Just going to put a photo of my book to Discord. Boom. This is what One Last Christmas looks like, guys. I put it in my Discord server. Sorry, I just having a look at Instagram a second. It's just somebody responded to my comment. There we go. Hello, it's Vamps. Welcome to the stream. It's a British maid in the wild. Bit of a bizarre. Oh my god. That's very cool. Thank you. I'm really excited, guys. It's available globally, so no matter what country you're in, whether you're in Japan, India, Indonesia, Philippines, I don't know, Mexico, you can buy it absolutely everywhere in the world, guys. This is not a horror story. It's not a science fiction story. It's just a story about a family coming together at Christmas time to fulfill their grandmother's final wish about them all being with her at Christmas time. It's inspired from a short film that I wrote with the same name, which this is what the short film should have been, but it became something completely different. So thank you, everybody. You guys are the reason I decided to write this book and to publish it. So, I want to thank you all so much. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys could promote this book. We want to try and get as many people here as we can. We want to get as many people to buy it as we can. It's a story for everyone. Like, you could be like 3-4 years old. You could be, much older. You could be in your 80s, 90s, but this book is for everyone. Hello, Duffel. Welcome to the stream. That cracked me up earlier on, though. Right. Anyway. But yes, guys, I would love it if you guys could purchase a copy of One Last Christmas. It would really help me The more sales we get, the book would be promoted to more and more people. And we stand a bigger chance of winning the competition. What cracked you up? What cracked me up? Oh, some of the comments on that stream I did earlier on. Some of the comments I had on that stream earlier on when I talked about the book. Dusty Shadowman thought I was 16. Has always thought I was 16. When there's no way I'm 16. If I sent £500, would you delete your channel? No, I wouldn't. Because I love this channel. How many people's lives would we ruin via that? You know, a lot of people come to these streams to relax, to unwind, to, you know, escape the pressures of that they've gone through that day. You know, I'm here to entertain. I'm here to entertain. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to delete this channel. Where can I buy it? Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon globally. What about shoot it off? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's only available on Amazon, Foamy. That's just weird, Duffel. And you're like 14, Duffel. You shouldn't be putting stuff like that in streams. Yeah, you shouldn't be putting stuff like that. That's like really inappropriate. Yeah, it's available on Amazon, but you can buy it digitally or... I'm 13. I thought you were 14. Well, you're one of them. Yeah, still really inappropriate for someone at your age to say. Like, there's some jokes though, Duffel. There's some jokes that if they came out of someone that's like an 18, 19, 20 and older, it would be acceptable. But what you just commented then, if you're like, you know, 13, 14, 15, there's some things that you just shouldn't say. Yeah, to answer your question, Foamy, it's available on Amazon globally. So that some countries don't have Amazon, some countries don't have Amazon shop, but you can still but Amazon still deliver there. It's like Romania, for example. Romania don't have an Amazon shop, don't have an Amazon.com Romania, but they ship all the other Amazons across Europe, ship to there. Right, there we go. Sorry, just checking some Discord notifications. I'm probably going to end the stream now anyway, guys. So, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.